All right, we are looking at making breakout rooms in Google Meet without actually making breakout rooms. So this is a little bit different than breakout rooms in WebEx. With WebEx, you can assign as many students as you want to as many breakout rooms as you have, and you can pop in individually. This is something that's a little bit different. It's through Google Meet, so there are different permissions that you can use to get in there. What's nice for students is that they have to use their email address to get in. But with this, you'll be able to open as many of these Google Meeting rooms at the same time as you want, so you can monitor all of them together. That's a really cool feature. So instead of only being able to pop in one at a time, you can sort of unmute all the tabs and see what's going on to each one. You also have the ability to speak to each one of those meeting rooms. So here's what we're going to do with this. In Google Meet, I've got two things open. I've got a Word document, a Google Doc. And so what I can say is, let's say we just want to do 3 rooms. Those are the 3 rooms that we're going to use. They're all ready. Sorry about that. But what we need to do is create those meeting rooms. So what I'm going to do inside of Google Meet, and here you just go to meet.google.com. Click join or start a meeting. I don't want to give it a nickname, so we're just going to say continue. And now what's going to happen is I'm going to get this link. I don't actually have to open it up. I'm just going to get that link. So I'm going to highlight it, and then I'm going to copy the text. And then inside of the untitled document that we have, I'm going to click on that. That's room 1. So I'm going to paste that link there. I'm going to go back here, back to the home page on Google Meet. I'm going to go through the same thing where I join or start a meeting there. I'm going to continue. It sets up a different Google meeting. Copy that, put it into the document. And then I'm going to repeat that as many times as I want to. For this demonstration, I'm just doing 3. But if you need 6, because that's how many breakout rooms work for your class, do 6. If you need 7, because that's how many avid tutors you have and how many avid tutor rooms you need, you can do that as well. That was the second one. So we'll go back. I'm going to do it one more time. Again, from the Google Meet page, logged in under your CFB account. Join or start a meeting. Just continue. And then you're going to highlight this code. Paste it in there. Now I've got this document with all of my rooms together. You can make hyperlinks with them. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Now one thing that kind of makes this usable is the ability to mute tabs. So here's the thing. I had to get an extension for that. So you may need to do the same thing. So go to Google and type in mute tab in Chrome. Just search for that. And then I would go to this second one, tab muter. It's an extension. I've already put it on Chrome, but you'll click on tab muter. You'll click add to Chrome, and it's going to put this little thing in your extensions. If you can't see it, you may have to click the puzzle piece and scroll through that until you do. And then you can move it around and show where it is. I like to have it right there so I can always see it, but that lets me mute those tabs. So that's one thing that you need to do for this. Now, once you have all these rooms going, I'm going to make these into hyperlinks real quick. All right, so I'm just copying the text, Control C, and then to do a hyperlink is Control K. Control V. If it doesn't do that right away, that's fine. You can also, I'm going to copy, and then if I want to do a hyperlink, click on link, and then I would paste that text in there. Likewise, I can just drag that down and paste it in. So here are all 3 of my rooms. So if I want to make this go for a class, what I would do is give this sheet to students and tell them which room to go to. But I'd already have these rooms open. So I'm going to follow each one of these tabs. And I'm going to break them out into their own tab. So this is room 1. And here's a tab for room 1. Here's room 2. If we pull down on this tab, I get my own thing for room 2. We'll put it over here, and then do the same thing for room 3. Go to that Google Meeting, pull it out, and now we have these 3 rooms ready to go. So if and I'm not joined them, I haven't joined them yet. That's enough of that. So what I can do for all 3 of these rooms, because I have these 3 rooms ready to go, what I can do for these rooms, then I can join. Oh, I gotta make sure it's the right account. I apologize. Mine's a little bit different. I have 2 accounts in Google when I'm started. So you want to make sure that you log in with your school account, not your personal account with it. And when you do that, you can join and join and join because you're the person who organized it. And now you have these 3 rooms open. And as soon as students go in, you can see the students in the room. And as you can see, there are a lot of me's right here. That's not great. Inside of Google Meet, each student has the ability to present, so they'll have this option, the Present Now, ready to go. Likewise, you can look at the list of participants, and you can change permissions that go along with that. One thing that I like to do is selectively mute and unmute myself in here, right? So I turn the microphone off, nobody can hear me inside of that room. If I turn the microphone back on, I want to turn captions on for that one. If I turn the microphone back on, now I can talk to all rooms at the same time. I don't have to pop into individual rooms. I'm talking to everybody. And if I think it's getting a little bit too loud with everyone talking at once, I can mute just this individual tab by clicking on that mute button. That means that means I'm not going to be able to hear anybody in there. So if I mute 2 of these, I can listen and talk to everybody in this 3rd room, and everybody in the other rooms does not have to hear me. So this is how I use breakout rooms. It's not exactly a breakout room, but it lets me look at 3, 4, 5, 6 different individual rooms and see students working together there. So that's kind of my workaround. I do like this a little bit better than WebEx in that I can observe everybody at once. I can talk to everybody at the same time without having to bring them back into the whole group. And they easily have the ability to share their own material as they're working on stuff. So that's what we've got.